Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us today. And today we're talking about breaking through the mystery of the inner guiding system. And we're going to jump in immediately. At the moment, I'm going to finish talking about who I am. Okay, my name is Orvital Chasson. I'm an energy reader and a transformational coach. I'm also guiding the 30-day process according to Abraham Hicks in a Facebook group called Abraham Hicks, How to Change Your Life in 30 Days. And if this is too much for you, you can do it in 17 seconds. If you don't, just try the 30 days. And let's start. Great. The reason I decided to call it Breaking Through the Mystery of the IGS, it's like GPS, it's like your inner guiding system, is because we feel as if there's something which is hidden. But actually, Abraham are giving us very, very simple guides, and even though they seem to be extremely simple, somehow it feels to me that most of us are just failing with getting there. Okay, even though we're just talking about our feelings, okay, even though everything is supposed to be extremely simple, somehow we miss it. I have no idea why, but I think I have a clue. And we're starting. Today is all about questions, and my first question is, what is your inner guidance system? That's supposed to be fast and easy because I blew it up already. I rolled my tongue on it. This is something that we have discussed many, many times on our previous videos. So, what is our inner guiding system? That's not a secret. So let's say the conscience, and Petro said a space where you find inspiration to act. Okay, really, really interesting. Well, this is our inner guiding system. Our inner guiding system is our emotions. And if you look at this slide, there is something that is going to jump right into your eyes. And what is going to jump right into your eyes, that look how many negative feelings we have and look how many positive feelings we have. How many positive feelings and how many negative feelings? If we look back, we see that actually 2/3 of the chart is negative feelings, and even a little bit more than 2/3, and only 7 of them are positive. When I was looking at it first time, I was so surprised in a way. But in another hand, I wasn't surprised at all. Now my question is, how do you work with it? How do you work with your inner guiding system? Any ideas? Petro is saying, follow, do what feels good. That's nice. I like that answer. Josette is saying that you work with it with positive thoughts. Okay. I am a little giggling because I have an idea of how it's going to unfold soon. Because you're going to discover something extremely, extremely, extremely surprising in one hand, unsurprising in the other hand, and amusing in one hand, and not amusing at all on the other hand. So it's just a matter of how you're going to choose to look at it. Okay? So let's move back. Now, my question is, how do you recognize a good feeling? How does it translate in your individual body? It's not supposed to take you more than 10 seconds to go and look into this. How does it translate in your individual body? What kind of sensation do you have when you feel good? Petra said pleasure, relaxed state. Okay. How that translate in the body? How do you feel it in the body? I can tell you about myself when I'm happy and excited and feeling good, I'm extremely energized in many levels and aspects of my body. I feel like dancing, I feel like jumping, I feel like like laughing. I feel that my heart is racing a little bit more. I feel that I have very quick eye movements. Petra say it feels lighter, smiles. When I'm happy, I know that that my vibration jumps up. I'm ready to take more, so to say, I'm willing to experience more. I'm more playful. I feel that I'm breathing deeper. Sometimes I have an appetite and sometimes I don't. Better say openness and sensitive. In general, when you feel good, okay, your space is open. And you're glowing, just glowing. Your entire aura, okay, could look like a festive Christmas tree. Your aura can look like a Christmas tree in other occasions as well, okay? Also when you're scared, but that's a different kind of light. That is saying accepting. Okay? I'm trying to identify more of the physical aspects when it comes to the breathing, when it comes to your way your body actually responds, how your heart actually processes it. Sometimes when I'm extremely happy, I have tears. Better say your vision field is larger, you are aware of more of what you see. Yeah. You get a much clearer view all of a sudden. Think about it for a second. Get yourself into this excited moment, okay? And look around you. All of a sudden, everything seems to be more glamorous. Everything seems to be brighter. Everything, it's the way you perceive things. Okay. Now in the body, there is some kind of a feeling of expansion. And you can find this expansion actually rising up from your heart up. From your heart up. Okay? The energy is going to rise from your heart up. Does that say you want to share more with others and containment? Them as well. And contaminate them as well. Contaminate. And Petra say you smile a lot. Everything and everyone makes you smile. That's a first natural reaction. Yeah, you smile. Okay, let's move. Now, I would like you to do the opposite. I would like you to recognize a bad feeling. How does it translate in your individual body? Actually, it's not that difficult, since we already realized that we have over 2/3 of negative feelings that we are experiencing, comparing with little than third that we have. So we have to be extremely familiar with them. We go back to my question. Petra say face muscles are tight, breathing is shallow. And Jeanette said that the solar plexus tightens. You see, in general, once we feel bad, what happened? We shrink. And the energy drops from the heart down. When we're happy, the energy goes from the heart up. And when we feel bad, the energy drops from the heart down. All of a sudden, you're going to feel this unease over your lower part of the body, which is definitely going to affect your upper part, okay, eventually. You can feel it in your throat and in your head, but what happened that the energy just dropped down. And when it comes to your space, when you feel bad, your space is like somebody switched the light off. There's no much light over there. It's somebody like took off the Christmas tree and just shut it off. Actually, if we think about it, okay, when we feel negative feelings, which is like over 2/3 of the chart, we actually feel a lack of energy. We feel a low willingness, okay, to do things. We are withdraw. We're actually withdrawing. when we feel bad. When we feel good, we are like pushing forward. And when we feel bad, we're like pushing back, we're withdrawing. Now, this is a very interesting question. When was the last time you felt good? Two minutes ago, Gisette said, yeah, true. I was asking you to practice feeling good, and 2 minutes ago you felt good. Let's move on. When was the last time you felt bad? Probably another 2 minutes ago. Because 2 minutes ago I was asking you to see how you felt bad. Okay. And Petra said almost all of today. Okay, so you had a very short moment of feeling good thanks to this exercise. And Gisette seems to be concerned. Now I have a very interesting question. When was it that you felt positive this year? Okay, and just think about it that we are by the end of August. It's August 29, 2014 today, and we had nearly the entire year behind us. So when was it that you felt positive this year? And Pedro, from the depth of his day, asked me, define positive. Positive, feel good. Everything from the chart. I can bring it back so you can see it. We're talking about contentment, hopefulness, optimism, positive expectations, belief, enthusiasm, eagerness, happiness, passion, joy, appreciation, empowered, freedom, and love. When was the last time you felt those feelings? This year. Okay, Josette said that amazingly 90% of the year to date, I've been experiencing an exceptional year. And Petra say 85 of the year was okay. Can you think about something in particular, any particular event this year that you felt that you can mark? Some particular event that you can fish up, you can dig up, and you can mark. Something that that you notify. I'm looking for a specific event the fact that the overall experience of the year was of a higher vibration, that's amazing. Now I'm looking for a specific event, something that you can mark, you can remember, you can tell yourself, well, Pedro said that he cannot, nothing really stand out, but he's sure he can pick up one or two. Try to pick up something. Gisette said it's a combination, news, friends, news ideas brought new confidence and results. Something in particular. Pedro says starting those sessions was really cool. Thank you, I appreciate that. He also said a Teal Tribe chat. Any particular event that you can actually highlight? Anything? I can tell you that I can share with you that my birthday was a very, very, very happy day for me. Extremely, I definitely marked my birthday this year because this birthday was a landmark for me. I was opening the new group with Abraham. I can tell you that another day was extremely, extremely happy for me, and that was a birthday of my daughter. Another day was extremely happy for me, that was the birthday of my twin. And Petra said that the first chat they had in the tribe, lots of people, okay? And Josette said, Abraham post changed my thoughts and gave me hope. My thoughts. You can see how difficult it is for you to recognize those good things. Okay. The opposite. When was it that you felt the most negative this year? Okay. When was it that you felt the most negative this year? I know exactly when I feel the most negative. I feel the most negative when I get myself into competition. I really hate this. I feel most negative when I have a delay on my financial plan. I feel really bad when things doesn't work out on my personal relationships or something in the family, which rarely happens, thanks God. And Peter said that arguing with my folks, all of them were not pleasant, and the occasion what I'm doing with my life, panic attacks. So Petra, you got to the level of panic attacks. And does that say when finances are cut and family difficulties, I used to have panic attacks too. Not anymore. I can tell you that I left my panic attacks, you know, much behind me, even though I had several of them about 3 years ago, I think. Yeah. But I was very much trained, and I knew how to take care of myself, not to crash. But it was kind of a disaster in a way, but not to the old level, much lighter. Now I want you to go to last year. When was it that you felt good last year? I know sometimes it's difficult to remember what we did, what we ate for breakfast, like we used to say. But I would like you to remember something good that you experienced last year. Oh, so that said that when her daughter was home for 9 months, I wonder what did she do for 9 months? Wow. And Petra say in the jacuzzi of a 5-star hotel. So when it comes to a longest memory, okay, you can definitely register it much faster than something that comes on the present. Okay, so we can register much faster from a remote past than from the close experience. It's much easy. Now, same question. When was it that you felt bad last year? Can you recognize it? I had a lot of moments last year that I remember that I didn't feel that good. Did that say when mom was at the hospital all the time? I didn't feel very well when I had to go through certain processes, like realizing that the people I was trusting was not trustworthy. That made me feel really bad. Taking decisions that were against my own nature, but for my own good, made me feel bad. Oh, I had to spend way too much time working during one day. It lasted late into the night. So you remember a particular day that actually was sucking you off, draining your energy, and made you feel really bad? Now I'm going to run you into 2 years ago. When was it that you felt the most excited 2 years ago? Petru cannot remember. How was your birthday 2 years ago? I can tell you that 2 years ago was a very exciting year for me. It was a year of tons of manifestations on a very certain professional level. And I had tons of exciting moments. Tons of exciting moments. And then said going out to supper at the restaurant with my family. Petra, I feel that you get aggravated only by the question, only by the fact that you have to remember something good from 2 years ago. Now let's try something of the opposite. When was it that you felt most down 2 years ago? Suzanne said, for Suzanne, it's really easy. You know, her mother not adjusting to new home for elderly. If she was adjusting, it was the good news. Okay, and parents say had to do useless work at some point. Petra, do you get some pattern over there? There's some kind of a pattern that starts building up. Yep, yep, yep. Josette, do you start getting the patterns? There's some patterns over there. And for those of you who are watching a recording of this video, you can actually pause the video every time and write down those questions, because the answers, because what is going to happen, you're going to start finding patterns. It's really interesting. Now, I think I just jumped too quickly. I want to go back. What is your first exciting experience memory? Now here I want you to go as far as you can. Josette already found her pattern. My family makes me happy. My mother makes me mad. Okay. What is your most happiest memory? I can tell you that me, I think it's the earliest happy memory that I was. I think that I was around the age of 2, and I was bending down into my drawer under my bed. I had those beds with those, um, with those vertical holes, from wood, you know. And I remember that I was opening the drawer and I was choosing clothes for myself because we were about to go to a walk with my parents. And I remember it was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful weather. I don't know why this moment has been registered in my mind. I guess because I was probably very happy. I was very excited about walking with my parents. And Fenrir says, stork crossing the blue, clear sky. When was it? How old were you? Oh. Petrus say 4, 5, 6. Okay, he has a foggy memories from his childhood. Josette said something about figure skating with taller Scranton and Miss Magnusson. Hmm. How old were you? Dancing about beach ball in a round pool. And you were 11, about around the same age. Okay. You're supposed to already guess what is going to be my next question. And my next question is, what is your first negative experience memory? I had a lot of negative memories. I don't remember exactly when did they start. Petra say drunk dead. I don't remember when my bad memory started. I really have to think about it. My bad memories started. Um, I think it has to do with my mother said that I started to feel really upset about the age of 4 when my sister was born. She said that I was asking her if bring we can ship her back. After I was nagging for a sister or brother, once I had a sister or brother, immediately my inner guidance system didn't like it. I want to ship her back. So I guess that it started when I was 4. One extremely exciting memory was when I was about 8 with my father. I thought he's about I thought he's about to compliment me or say something nice after he hadn't been here. He hadn't been home for about a week, and he didn't have the same plan for me. It was the last time he ever got that chance. Yeah, same here, Petro. I didn't like sometimes I was not that happy about guests. Riding a mechanical horse, the ones that swing back and forth. I was terrified. Yeah. If you think about it, I was thinking about the first bad memory. Okay, but at the moment you think about those memories, all of a sudden you see that you have an avalanche of stuff. Since then, it doesn't stop. When it comes to the good memories, you have like, you know, here and there. When it comes to the bad one, or you start them and all of a sudden you have all that rush of bad memory. Well, some people had a beautiful and brilliant life with no bad memories, hardly ever. We're jealous with them. Okay. Now, I took this phrase, okay, from the New Testament, from Matthew 18:3. Truly I say to you, unless you turn and become like children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. And my question is, okay, in light of all we were practicing here, what, to your opinion, is my intention with bringing this sentence here? Petru is recognizing that the horse was the first terrifying experience. I can hear you screaming until here. Why, to your opinion, I was bringing that sentence? Giselle said, feel childlike happiness and joy and know as an adult that everything will work out. And Petra said, not good or bad, pleasant, unpleasant is better. What you're saying that there's no judgment over there. Look what I did. I took the wrong one. Ah, what happened to my screen? Oh, there it is. Now, my question is, what are the thoughts running in your head every time you're getting excited? Okay. So Suzanne said when she's excited, wouldn't it be great it did all, if it did all work out? Wow, that would be wild. And Petra say, I can do this. I can do everything. I'm unstoppable. Can't can't touch it. Can't touch this. Okay, now look again. When I'm getting excited, okay, I'm extremely excited about something. Immediately, I remember how short it is. Immediately, I remind myself, okay, that even though I'm excited now, okay, I have to prepare myself into the future. It means that this excitement is not going to last for long. I'm even though I'm excited, I'm getting myself on the smart side. I'm very much aware to the fact that it's a temporary feeling. Do you recognize that? And Gisette said we need to become more aware of our happy short moments. Did you have those thoughts as kids? As kids, did you ever realize that your happiness is actually a short live? No. Petra say no. He said happiness was a state of being as a child. We're very close to our point. We're like 2/3 in. And my question is, when was it that you first started to have those thoughts running through your experiencing excitement? When you become aware, does that say preteen in Petro? And Petra say about that time too. Oh, sorry. I think I got aware of them about the age of 8. Yeah. And my statement is that you see, you, me, all of us has post-traumatic disorder syndrome by life. We're all traumatized by life, no matter what. Yeah. You see, what happened is that we, from very early age, we are learning, okay, to be careful with our excitement. We learn that we are going to be put down by life experiences. And it's not because we're bad or good, it's because that's how life is. And as if we have absolutely no control over this. And my statement is that we forgot to how is it to feel pure positive. We just forgot. Because if we think that as kids, okay, we have had like several good years, so to say, okay, that we were more attached to our happiness in a way, or we remember it this way. Most of our life were different. So in a way, we lost that capacity. And when I say that we lost our capacity, what I say is that even the good feeling that we have is not to that level. Even the good feeling that we have are not as pure as we were really like small kids. It's a different vibration, completely different frequency. And I brought that sentence from the New Testament because if we want to reach high vibration, we have to go back to that vibration. And let's say content versus excited. Okay. The thing is that we're expert with pure negative. We're really, really expert with the pure negative. When it comes to negative emotions, we have about over 2/3 of the chart, which is negative. So we're really, really expert about the negative. Once we start collecting our negative experiences, okay, we have an avalanche of experience. It's so easy to pick them up. Now, think about it. Every time you desire something, you feel the lack of it. The moment you have it, you feel the fear of losing it. Now, the thing is that most of us, since most of us, let's say, didn't reach to the point of being rich or living in abundance, we think that that's not true. But one of the reasons that people don't want to have so much is because they're afraid that they're going to go into the other polar, which is going to be the fear of loss. Just think how aggravating and how unpleasant and how devastating the experience of losing is. So many people are willing to give up the idea of having to avoid that experience of losing. If you think about people with little money feel the lack of the little money. And people with a lot of money, no matter how much they have, okay, are going to be afraid of losing or not even have enough, because there's never enough every time we have more and more and more to spend over. And Petra is talking about loss, theft, abuse, being loved because of what you have. Sure, we're familiar with this if we just think about it. It doesn't take long to get it. Now, to the way I see it, this is the disclosure. The disclosure is that we forgot what it really means to feel good. So when it comes to our inner guiding system, okay, everybody understand that, oh, you have to feel good, okay, to make, if something feels good for you, go for it. If something feels bad for you, just walk away from it. And what I'm saying, that we forgot how good it feels to feel good. Because if we were more attached to our good feelings, if we had a better sense of feeling good as we were as kids, we are going to allow things in such a fast pace so quickly. Things are going to unfold in front of us so quickly. We wouldn't have all that resistance. We wouldn't have to struggle. We wouldn't have to go through 30 days. We would be able to flip it. So what I'm here to say is that the good that we think that we feel good, okay, what feels good for you, that's not even half as good as it could be. A lot of people are trying to lift up their spirit using drugs, okay, like alcohol, like even sugar, or other drugs, okay, and medical drugs. That's not feeling good. That's not feeling good. As kids, did you have to take drugs to feel good? Did you have to drink alcohol to feel good? Did you have to drink alcohol to go to a party? No. Only the idea of having a party is going to make you excited. Just think how excited you were to go to your birthday when you were little. How excited you were about everything that was supposed to be prepared for your birthday. I remember that every birthday that I had until I was 4, I think, my mother used to make 2 cakes. Huge. I was so excited. I was like flying in the air. Josette talking about sugar. This is the poison that they give kids, okay? But you see, as kids, you don't have to have any incentives to be happy. Your parents are going to tell you, okay, are we going to go to the merry-go-round? And you're excited. Okay, you think about a dog or a pet, you're excited. You think about a new gift, you're excited. You think about something, everything excites you. You don't want to go to sleep. They tell you, let's go to sleep. You say, okay, let's play a little. And then you jump all over the place, from the sofa to the chair, from the chair to the sofa, from the sofa to the rug, from the rug to the key. Everywhere. All of a sudden, you remember that you have to drink. All of a sudden, you remember that you have to eat. All of a sudden, oh, can you read me this story? And then she reads you this story, and then can you read it again? And you just can't have enough of it, right? And all the characters in your books and fairy tales are so vivid, okay? I remember that my mother told me that story about that puppet, okay, the doll, her name was Cleta, you know, that she went lost. I was crying. I was crying, crying, crying. So my mother took that book and just hid it away from me. She didn't want me to see it. Because every time I heard that story, you know, that the puppet went lost, okay, I start crying. Crying rivers. So she took the book away from me. You know, as kids, we were able to identify with everything. Every character was completely live for us. Okay, the fairies was flying. You know, the blue hair was real. Okay, the nose of Pinocchio was really jumping up and down. You know, we were really upset that those cat and fox were tripping him down. We were actually taking everything so personal. We were in it. And you can still see on YouTube those kids, you know, dancing on stage. Okay, there's so much in it. They're not halfway in. They're either in or out. And you can see it. There's no halfway. You can see them, you know, when they're eating something good. It's like inside their mouths, all over the place. And it's not only because they don't have a perfect motor, control. It's because it's yummy. Everything in. There's no halfway. You know, you're happy. They want to touch everything. They want to feel everything. They want to experience everything. Everything for them is like what there is for me. I want to check it out. And as we grow up, we think that we know everything, so we don't try. But actually, it's not. I can tell you that one of the reasons that I like to many times travel by myself, or shop by myself, or go even to the cinema by myself, is because no one, okay, disturbed me to get excited. That's how funny it all became. Because I can get so excited about everything. I can tell you that my mother, last time that we were here, she was here visiting with me. She gave me such a scene, okay, that I was like, what's going on with you? I have nothing with me. I'm walking naked into the shop. Naked, it means I don't have my purse or wallet or bag with me. I have nothing with me. You are walking completely bare hands. You have nothing with you. We just walk into a shop. And I'm so excited about everything. It was in the Smithsonian, and I was so excited about the pictures and the dolls and the accessories. I was like all over the place. I was watching all the things. I was so happy. I saw that panda, and immediately I said to my mother, "Mom, you see this panda?" And my mother was running the other way around. And when I had the chance to ask her what's going on, she said, "I don't want you to start shopping." I said, "Mom, I'm not shopping. I just want to enjoy it." And she said, "Why won't you just enjoy it if you're not going to buy anything?" I said, "Well, I register a happy moment, something excited for my future. I don't know. When I'm going to need for something exciting, I think I know where to find it. I'm registering those exciting things in my memory." And for my mother, that was such a shocking idea. And many times I prefer to go by myself to do shopping, okay, because I can get excited about so many things. Sometimes I get excited just to see the people working over there. There are some people that are definitely going to get a hug from me. When I was traveling out of the country, many times I was just traveling by myself, and the reason I was traveling by myself because I didn't want anyone to disturb my happy experience. I didn't want anyone to tell me what it is. I wanted to discover what it is. Even when I go to a movies, sometimes I prefer to go by myself. Why? Nobody feels embarrassed that I start laughing. When I'm the only one laughing or the first one to laugh. So the way I see it, breaking through is turning into your inner child pure positivity. This is what I mean, breaking through. And Petra is laughing and he said, interesting view, and Josette says yes. Interesting view, you can say that it is interesting view because I have realized that what people do, mostly people do around me, okay, they're trying to shut me down. So until I'm going to find somebody who's absolutely capable of being excited with me, okay, I'd rather be there by myself. And I'm not really by myself because Abraham are following me everywhere I go. Yeah, my guides are coming with me, and my fairies are coming with me, my angels are coming with me, and I can tell you that everywhere I have a full entourage of entities following me. And they especially love it when I'm flying. And why they love it when I'm flying? Because that's where I'm on my highest excitement. When I'm on my highest excitement, then when my entourage becomes like, you can see them. And here you go. Here you go. Petra saying most of us are taught to shut ourselves down too, to behave and not to make a scene and act normal, etc., etc. You see? You start getting it. You start getting it. It took us 28 slides, but you're getting it. You can say that I'm boring, okay? I'm not exciting. No cleavage, no makeup, no blah, blah, blah. But you're getting it. Which is for me the most important. Now, we have another interesting. What's the name we give to people who are pure positive? I'm waiting. What's the name we give to people who are pure positive? Crazy and irresponsible, Gisette is saying. Okay, there is another name. No, motivators. Okay, there is another name. I made a special slide. Oh, this is too positive. Think about it. Trying to be cohesive. Once I'm going to tell you, Valerie, you're crazy. Pedro has his jokes. He said that he goes to the femme fatale. She does what she feels like whenever she feels like. You see, but the thing is that the thing is that we're talking about a person, not about a woman. Okay, it's a general name. He said he cannot think about anything right now. Yes, of course, if you go to the femme fatale, of course he cannot think of anything else. The stuff is going to consume you completely. He got to the homme fatale. Okay, that's nice. We start building up something new. Self-confidence. Now what you think? When somebody is pure positive, that person is naive. That's what we think about them. We think that they're naive. And they're all laughing, and Pedro said, that's true. Exclamation marks. How do you like my slide? Isn't that a piece of art? Just a piece of art, isn't it? Okay, so I went to the dictionary just to make sure that I was speaking on the right word, and look what the dictionary was telling me. Okay? Of a person or action showing a lack of experience, wisdom, or judgment. Unaware. Just think about it. You know, in the train of thought of what we have discussed until now, okay? Yeah. And Petra say, I like the lack of judgment part. Yeah. You see, the thing is that as we are kids, we don't have the judgment, we don't have the experience. And then we get into we're pure positive. Why? Because there's nothing that is going to confront us or to prove us wrong. We don't have that experience yet. We don't have enough negative experience, okay? But at the moment we accumulate all those negative experiences, we're not naive anymore. We know what to expect. We know what it is around the corner. We know that the bad guys are there. Okay. Now I believe that this is yeah. You see, this is the time for your questions if you have any. If you don't, I'm going to feel completely brilliant. As if you have no questions, everything is absolutely understood and clear. This is the time for your questions. Petra is asking what's the receipt for naivete. Go back to your childhood, childlike. That's how simple it is. Just go back there. And this is the reason I was asking you about your good and bad experiences. Because if you think about the level of excitement that you have in the present, okay, and I'm talking about the present, far present, far, far present, okay, I'm talking about this year, last year, 2 years ago, okay, if you think about that, it's not as near as that excitement as you were when you were a child. You see, once you are putting those one in front of the other, all of a sudden you understand that actually there is a gap in the excitement between the frequency of excitement that you were once you were a little, okay, as a kid, and the excitement that you have as an adult. And I'm not saying that you have to jump on chairs, okay, and shoving the entire cake into your mouth. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about the frequency. I'm talking about being able to devote yourself into that feeling and milk it, like Abraham are saying, milk it, milk it. Kids are milking it. We don't milk it. They actually look, okay, for excuses to play, to have fun. If kids doesn't do that, it means that something doesn't trigger them. So I rested my case. If you have any more questions, that's the time. Don't attack me after the show. Sometimes I get the questions after we stop broadcasting. Then when the real question, that's when the real grilling starting. Okay, I want to have them all here. Sometimes it's too overwhelming at the moment, and you have to take a minute or two to think about things. What I would like you to share with me really is, how do you feel? How that insights, how that train of thoughts made you feel. How is there something that you came up with? Is there something that you actually got? Not even question. Gillette asked for homework. And Petra say, I mean, things are crystal clear and simple. Go for excitement rather than what is appropriate or lucrative. Fun. Now, I would like to go back to the slide for a second. Oh. Want to go back to my slides. I shut them down by mistake. Yeah. I want you to look at something. And I'm not asking you to get excited because I love you that much. Not that I don't. I was just saying it's not for no reason, okay? Look. This is why. This is why. I realized that things, and everybody are going to say that if you're going to attach feeling to your desires, things are going to manifest much faster. Okay, and then you can see that if you are on contentment and hopefulness, okay, on the hopefulness and optimism, things are going to start move up. Yes, and we're talking about vibrational compatibility, of course. And when you are getting on the second level of passion, or even the third level of enthusiasm, eagerness, and happiness, or the first level of joy, appreciation, empowered and freedom and love, okay, then our frequency really start to run really, 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 really high. And when you're talking about kids, kids are not in hopefulness because kids are in the moment. So to be hopeful is to expect something that is going to be in the future. So kids are not even on level 6. Okay, they're mostly between 1 to 3. Okay, 1, 3 is eagerness and enthusiasm. You see, once parents are starting to promise things to kids, they're running down into the 6th level of hopefulness because they start building them expectations. So being hopeful actually runs them down from excitement and eagerness down to hopefulness, which is 6. Just think about it. So that since you always want to be on 3. What I was saying is that that hopefulness is actually expecting something that is going to be in the future. Okay, once that excitement is in the present, is a higher vibration because it's in the present. Hopefulness, it's a lower vibration than joy. Why? Because it's already looking into the future. It's something that you don't feel, you don't take as a present. You're hopeful. Okay, so I'm done. So thank you for being open and allowing is exciting good things to happen. Is expecting good things to happen. Yeah. To some degree, isn't it? It is, but the way I see it, when you're hopeful, it means that you are hoping that something is happening, something is going to happen, and why you hope? You hope because you also understand that there is a chance that it's not. That's where hopeful is coming from, to the way I see it. Because if you're sure about it, you're not supposed to be hopeful. You're supposed to be knowing. That's how I see it. So for me, being hopeful, it means that you are. So that means a bit of living in the future. Of course, you are living a little in the future. Because you're trying to project yourself into the future. And once you're trying to project yourself into the future, you're not 100% in the now. Because in the present, there's nothing else but the present. Okay. So here's the time that I would like to thank you. And if you're looking for more, you can check our live workshop group on Facebook and Google Plus community. Abraham Hicks, How to Change Your Life in 30 Days. And if you're looking to work with me, you can always find me on Facebook and find me through the groups. It's not that difficult. And until next time, I would like to thank you. Namaste and have a good week. And go back. Be happy. The next session we have to see in the group, I forgot to check. Yeah, it's what the group is going to vote for. Okay, so go vote. Thank you. Until next time. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, just make your comments under the video. It's going to assist others to try it. Have a good one.